Hey everybody, welcome to the Daily Mastermind. This is our very first mastermind opportunity for 2015, and I cannot tell you how excited I am about the prospect of the new year. I think the new year is if not at the top of my list of favorite holiday type times, it's definitely in the top 2 or 3. I love the way that a new year feels. A new year is an opportunity. The first thing I always do on New Year's Eve, and I wake up in the morning and it always feels a little different, but I do this every year, is I kind of take a little time during my coffee. I'll usually sit. I'm in Florida, so I sit on the front porch and I'll drink my coffee and I'll reflect on the past year, everything that's happened. And guys, I'm going to tell you, I had one heck of a 2014. In my personal life, I got married. I got a grandchild. My son moved in with me. I changed jobs. I mean, it has been one heck of a year in 2014, and everything, I mean, it just one of those years that you reflect on and you think back and think, wow. You know, it was an amazing year for me, and I'm really that starts triggering me into thinking, what can I do to make 2015 even better? What can I do to make 2015, you know, another one of those years that I think back on and I think, wow, what a life-changing year that was. What a life-changing year, and that's what I want to make 2015 be. I want to make 2015 be a life-changing year, both personally and professionally. And so what I did over the last week or so, when everything was, you know, Friday, I pretty much spent about 4 or 5 hours on it, just by myself doing nothing, but going through, and I don't know how many of you have done this recently, but going through the Creating Your Compelling Future. And there's 2 ways to find it on the member website. Let me navigate to that real quick so I can show you. And oh, by the way, just to let you guys know, let me show you what this looks like real quick. Hold on. Taking a side step here. Bear with me 1 second, you guys. I want to show you what the new website's going to look like, so that you guys will see, you know, how it's going to be much easier to navigate. So let's go here. Let's open that in a new tab. So what we're going to have is just a big giant button that says, like, Facebook marketing. You want to see all the classes on Facebook marketing? Boom. You click the big giant button, and it takes you right into a page that has all of the recordings for Facebook marketing in order in which they were recorded. Nice and easy to navigate. Really, really nice and easy to navigate, okay? And so it's going to be 2-sided, so as we add more content, it'll go into them. All of your daily open, you know, your Monday open discussions will be in one category. Any consumer direct marketing will be in its own category. And yeah, we're going to, you know, each one of these is its own category, and so you'll have a big button that takes you right to that, but it'll be much easier to get to the individual classes that you're looking for. That's the same link, as opposed to, we go this way. As opposed to trying to hunt through all of the different classes, you know, you're just kind of scrolling through. And that's, you know, right now that's what we've, you know, that's where it is and what it looks like. And so you'll be able to still scroll through. And what I'm going to show you right now is how you're going to navigate to this class. If you want to take a moment to do this on your own, I would highly recommend it. Take the weekend. Just take a day to yourself. Let me get logged in here. So take a day to yourself. Get logged into the main member area, and this reminds me I need to change this class link on here. That's the wrong link that's on there. That's from December. But instead of going into the Top Producer Archive where the class that we recorded together is, go into Chad's Corner. Chad made a special recording of the Creating Your Compelling Future that it's just audio. But what the audio on this one does, if you go in through Chad's Corner, is when you play the audio, you actually have this open in front of you, and then you play the audio, and there are specific points in the audio where it says, okay, press pause on the recording you're listening to now, and go do these 3 things, or go do this thing in the process. And when you're finished with that, come back and press play again. So it literally takes you step by step through the steps of creating your compelling future. And I'll tell you, at the end of it, you end up with a clear image of what you want. I used it as my 2015 business plan, because at the end of it, I ended up with a clear picture of what I want to happen both personally and professionally for the year 2015. And I was able to, through the exercises, I was able to, I know I want to do a lot of traveling. I know that my goal is to get to take my wife to Culebra as a end of her first year back in college. As you guys know, she's going back to school. My goal is to take her to the place of our honeymoon. Her favorite place in the world now is Culebra, Puerto Rico, and my goal is to take her there as a gift for completing her first year of back to school. That's my goal. That's a 6-month goal. And then I've got a year goal. Our year goal is that my wife and I are home renters. My year goal is to have enough money in the bank that we've got a substantial amount of money for a down payment on purchasing a home. That's my 1-year goal. We want to be homeowners. We want to go ahead and put some roofs down. And so that's my year goal, and that's my 6-month goal. I've got it broken down to a 90-day goal, which is a 3-month goal. At the end of 3 months, I have a certain number of members we want to be at, and if we can accomplish that, we're going to far exceed our other goals. Based on that 90-day or 3-month goals, I've got it broken down to every 30 days. This has to happen. I have to do this every 30 days in order to meet that 90-day goal. And if I can meet that 90-day goal, and once I meet that 90-day goal, that's going to put me on track to meet my 6-month goal. And if I meet that 6-month goal, that puts me dead on track to meet my 1-year goal. And then from 30 days, I've got it broken down to what has to happen every week for me to end my 30 days, that month, at my goal. And then from there, I've got it broken down to what has to happen every day. I know what has to happen on Monday, what has to happen on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And if something didn't happen on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, I have it to where I've got to get it done on Saturday or Sunday, for that matter. But it's going to happen because I know what my goals are, and I know why I want to achieve those goals and what I'm doing with it. I highly recommend, if you have not gone through it, again, you want to just go to the members area. Let me re-navigate for you guys so you can see this, and it is being recorded, so we'll have this in the archive too. Go to Chad's Corner. From the members area, go to Chad's Corner. And then the recording there of Creating a Compelling Future. It's got the document that you want to download. You just simply click on it and it downloads the little document for you. Show you what that looks like. And guys, please understand that this Creating a Compelling Future is yours. This is your personal compelling future. This is your compelling future. This is not for you to share with others. This is your stuff. So don't feel the reason I'm bringing that up is that you don't want to share the things that are on here with others is because you're going to be, it's essential that you be brutally honest with yourself. And you know what I did? There was some personal discovery going on when I was doing my Creating a Compelling Future because quite honestly, I was brutally honest with myself. And some of the things that I was brutally honest with myself about didn't make me feel good. I was not proud of the things that I realized when I was brutally honest. But it made me see where I need to improve and what are the things that I can improve on and where are the focus points for me to be able to achieve my goals. And that's what it's all about, is achieving your goals. So go there, pull this, pull it up, get it pulled up on your computer, download the document, pull it up on your computer, come in here, type your name in. I'm hitting all kinds of crazy buttons on my keyboard. Type your name in. I'm going to stop playing with it. And then once you're ready to go, you just come over here, hit the play button. And go through the exercise step by step by step by step. And yes, it's going to take you more than an hour. It's probably going to take you more than 30 or 45 minutes. It's probably, if you do it for real and you really focus on it and you really take the time to look at it and answer the questions honestly with yourself, it'll take you a couple hours to complete it. But once you've finished it, you've got like I said, you've got a clear-cut plan. You know exactly what your goals are. You know what your why is to achieve your goals, and you've got a 12-month, 6-month, 3-month, 1 week plan that really helps you focus in on what you need to do to get to where you want to be. You know, maybe for you it's 5 loans a month. Maybe for you it's 10 loans a month. Heck, I see some people on this call, it may be 20 loans a month for you. Heck, it may be finding that new job. It may be, you know, figuring out what you need to do, or where your best fit is, or, you know, who knows what your why is. Everybody's a little bit different on what your goals are, but I definitely recommend going through that Creating a Compelling Future, because that will help you focus on what it is. That will help you focus in on the why and the what and the how. Now, I did a class, put together a class, and you know, it was New Year's Eve, so I didn't know if I would have anybody. We did a Happy New Year 2015, but we kind of did a year in review. Made it a special thank you guys, and I want to tell you this every day, not just on New Year's, that it's because of you that I'm here, and I'm honored and privileged to get the opportunity to teach you guys and coach you guys and help you guys in any way that I possibly can. It's an honor to get to work with each and every one of you, so thank you guys. So we did a little year in review. I don't know if anybody's ever counted up or knows this or not, but we've had a live class 87 times since July 1st. 87 live classes since July 1st. And it all started with that first class that every one of you, all but one of you that are on this call right now, were on that very first class. But yeah, we do a class, you know, every single week. We are, and I was thinking about this, the Mortgage Mastermind Group is the only coaching, training, marketing for mortgage lenders group that has a live class that is focused on helping you grow your business 4 times a week. It's basically every day. And I'd add in that other day if you guys didn't have other obligations on it. So tell your friends, tell your neighbors, let them know about us. But it's for you guys that we do this. And the key element is step by step. Everything that you do, you know, focus on one specific strategy, implement it, make it generate money for you, and then move on to the next strategy. You've got to just continuously be doing that, continuously be implementing the things that you know are what you like to do and that make you a whole lot of money and that and that are good for your business, and then grow your business at the same time. As you do more, you bring people in. That's where it all started, with those common traits of what the top producers do. They focus on a specific strategy that gets them to a certain point, and then they begin to grow the business. They all do the same stuff. They all got a follow-up plan, whether they've got partners or employees. It doesn't matter. They all do the same exact thing, right? And trust me, I know some top producers that don't have 9 people on a team, and they're doing 25, I know people that do 25, 30 loans a month, and they've got just a small team of core individuals that make it all work. We covered social media, we covered time blocking, self-improvement and goal setting, search engine optimization, and a ton more. We learned how to organize and plan your day with the playbook, and I don't want to go through this whole thing. You guys know what we did. We did a lot of SEO stuff. We talked about consumer direct marketing, and that's a great thing to do, is go directly after the consumers, and we showed you lots of different ways. We talked about Active Rain. We talked about the 3-step funnel. We're going to cover a lot of these things again in 2015 because it's important that we keep it fresh, we keep it up to date, especially like the 3-step funnel. There's always new systems available to us. There's always new ways to use Facebook ads or pay-per-click with Google and things like that. So, we're continuously updating and keeping these things fresh. So a lot of this stuff you'll see again. Google opt-in forms, Google Drive has changed once again, so we're going to have to refresh that class. One thing I want to make clear here, and like I said, I'm not going to just plow through this PowerPoint. That makes for a boring open discussion day. One thing I want to make clear with everybody, though, is I am always open to class ideas and class discussions. Peggy, I've got a PowerPoint that I'm going to convert within the month of January. I plan on doing the class about Pipedrive. Okay, so that is in the works. I have not forgotten you. I think it's a killer system. The dilemma is I don't get much time to play inside of it, so it would be more of a taking what others have taught me and showing them to you. And so I will get in and I will play with it, so we will be doing a class on that. But guys, I am always looking for things that, what I really want to know is, what is it that you're working on? What strategies that we've covered? Like I said, we've done 87 different classes. What are the strategies that you're working on in your business right now? Is it a combination of things? Is it doing presentations and backing it up with Facebook ads? Let's focus on that and really focus on, like, I thought it was really helpful. Let me rephrase that. I thought it was really helpful to you guys, and please tell me if it was or wasn't, that we took the month of December and we focused on presentations. We took that whole month and we put all of our focus on that one strategy to make sure that you had the entire way to implement it. I thought that was pretty, a good way to go about that. Is that something you guys want to see more of, less of? Do we cover Facebook one day and video marketing the next, or do I show you how it all ties in together? And Peggy's like, yeah, that was super cool about the presentations. And yeah, I thought that was a little more helpful to you guys than just jumping around from subject to subject. I don't want to get in the habit of doing that. And I will tell you, after 87, coming up with content that is relevant is not easy, and there are going to be repeats, but there's always going to be a fresh look on some repeats or things that we've talked about before. But for me, it doesn't really matter what strategy we're talking about. I want it to be a strategy that is beneficial, that's something that you guys are actually doing or are going to implement right here, right now. Now, I did that. The original intent of doing presentations for the month of December is because when the idea came to me to do a class on presentations, I was thinking about it, and I'm like, man, presentation, I really want these guys to implement this. How am I going to get these guys to implement this strategy over, we just talked about Facebook ads, or we had talked about doing, squeeze pages or something, and got to get them to, I really want the members to implement the presentation strategy. How do I do that? I said, what I'll do is I'll give it to them in small chunks so that I'll do the class on how to create the presentation. Then I'll do the class on how to get partners for the presentation. Then I'll do a class on that way you're working on the pieces as we're going through the classes, and it leads to an implemented strategy at the end of the 30 days. That was the original intent. On the reverse side of it, I started noticing that you guys were a lot more engaged in the later classes because the information that we were going over was fresh on your mind from the previous classes. So it created a lot more engagement, which lets me know you were learning it a lot better. And so that's my real goal, is to make sure, I just want to teach you guys what it is that you want to work on. What's fun? What do you want to learn about? What do you not care about? What are you tired? You tired of hearing me tell you about email marketing versus sending out a greeting card? I feel it's important, but if it's not something you guys want to hear about anymore, let me know. If you want to hear more about how to do a greeting card instead of an email, because the email is a saturated place that people are getting 147 of those suckers a day, and what are we getting, 5-6 pieces of mail a day? Your competition is less. I believe in it, but if you guys want to talk about something else, let's talk about it. So I need class ideas is what I'm saying. Really, really need class ideas. Another thing to remind you of is the Realtor Needs Assessment. How many of you on the call remember that we did that class on the Realtor Needs Assessment, which is everything you need? It is the perfect tool for getting going with meeting with realtors face-to-face and having a built-in, ready to go, what to say, exactly how to say it, and what to do with it, and how to leverage it into another meeting. I am very happy to know that, Peggy. And James is saying the same thing, more realtor presentations, more reasons to get in front of groups of realtors. Absolutely. And Peggy's saying, she says, you'll be happy to know that my class on Gmail to agents is scheduled for January 28th. That is awesome. Where do I find that class, Realtor Needs Assessment? So the Realtor Needs Assessment class, bear with me. Let me get out of here real quick. We'll come over to the member area. So we did a couple of different conversations about that, James. The first time we covered the Realtor Needs Assessment was on a top producer class. So if you go into the top producer archive, and it was like the third Friday that we did a class. I remember I was in Nebraska that day, and we went over from top to bottom the Realtor Needs Assessment and how to present that. It was myself and Chad. I was basically interviewing Chad on how he uses the Realtor Needs Assessment and puts it into practice in his business, as well as the realtor or the loan officers that work directly for Chad and for Leader One, how they use it in their business. So that's what that class was. So again, if you go into the members area, top producer archive, and then Realtor Needs Assessment, and then when I got back from Nebraska the following Monday on the Daily Mastermind, we actually got in, we spent the entire day talking specifically about that. Realtor Needs Assessment Review. So we spent that whole day reviewing that class and just going over the questionnaire, where to get it, how to print it, how to start asking the questions, all that good stuff. So watch the first one in members area, top producer archive, Realtor Needs Assessment first, and then watch the one in the Daily Mastermind, which is Realtor Needs Assessment Review. And just so you know, James, once I launch the new website, Real Estate Agent Marketing, that's going to have all those classes directly underneath this one tab. Okay, so you'll be able to just go to Real Estate Agent Marketing and all of that, the Realtor Needs Assessment, the Realtor Needs Assessment Review, all that stuff will be underneath that one tab. So we're working on making it a lot easier for you guys to navigate around. Once we kind of looked at, like, dude, we got 87 classes plus the Chad's Corner stuff. So we've literally got 100 things to choose from on the website. We got to make this easy for them to find. So that's when we started working on this thing. Chris and I are actually working on that this week. My goal is to launch that before the end of January. There's some key things to work out, like obviously the look of it, the aesthetics, and then making sure all the class links are in there. It's not, James, it's not an easy thing. It is time consuming, and quite frankly, it's a monotonous task. And so it's not that it's hard to do, it just takes a lot of time, because there's a lot of back and forth and just a lot of time to do. So my goal is to, before the end of January, have the new website up and launched. We'll do a test run on it first, obviously, and have you guys go in, play with it, tell me what you think, what you need worked out. Logging in easier and being able to change my password would be a welcome change to the website. Okay, and that's something I can work on. What I can do, the way to accomplish that, Peggy, is to set up where it automatically logs you out after a certain amount of time of inactivity, is the way to accomplish that. And I can turn that on. I just always got frustrated when my previous employer, it was something that they did that it was like people would be watching an hour-long class, and maybe the class goes an hour and 20 minutes or an hour and 15 minutes. And, well, if the timer was set that if you're inactive for an hour and you're watching a class, poof, you get logged out automatically. So what I can do, I'll work on that, and I'll put together something that gives you an opportunity to take a look at it, tell me what you think, hey, correct this, maybe tweak this a little bit. I'll see what all can be done on that in that respect. Being able to change my password, we're using a back-end in WordPress called OptimizePress. And OptimizePress is really what they do. What makes it easy is that they have the pre-written what's called CSS coding, and it makes it easy for us to make cool looking bubbles and match stuff and just input. It's like elements. It's kind of like the way that Weebly works within WordPress by using the OptimizePress. The dilemma with it is setting up a member activity page where you'd be able to have like a profile page. It makes us use a different plugin inside of OptimizePress to be able to do that, but then it takes us out of our Infusion, which is where it reads your membership. They said that a computer programmer could probably do that for us, that they could write special code for that. But I'm going to be frank with you, Peggy, I don't know how to write code. I hear you. I hear you. I don't know how to write code to do that. Now, what I will tell you is this, and this is available to anyone. So anyone on the call, if you're listening, please make sure you're hearing this specifically. Peggy, anytime you need to change your password, send an email over to chrisb@mortgagemastermindgroup.com. or paulb@mortgagemastermindgroup.com. Either one. You can either send it to, like I said, chrisb@mortgagemastermindgroup.com or send it to paulb@mortgagemastermindgroup.com. And just all the email has to say, just subject line password, and just say, please change my password from, and then to. If you don't know what the from is because you've got it auto-saved and it was that initial XY643J2I password, just say, please change from default password to, and tell me what you want your password to be. Okay, you just let me know anytime you want to change it. Anytime you need to. If you want to change it today and then change it again tomorrow, you send me an email or send Chris an email and just let us know what you want it changed to, and we'll get that changed for you. Okay. I'm sorry about that. I actually called up a good friend of mine who is a computer programmer and asked him, is that something I would be able to do? And he asked me, what are you using? I told him Optimize. He said, dude, I would struggle to write the code for that. And he is like a full-on code writer. Absolutely, Peggy. And sorry about that. I should make that very good. Yeah, anytime you guys want to change your password, you guys just let me know. I'm not a code writer, and I don't have access to one to get that part done, but it's something I will keep my eyes open on. Keep in mind this, Optimize Press is updating their stuff on a regular basis, and Fusionsoft updates their stuff on a regular basis. There may be a day where I'll be able to just drop in a code and be able to do that really easily. But for now, if you guys don't mind, just shoot me an email and let me know what you want your password to be, and I'll make that happen, okay? Sorry about that, Peggy, and I know that's irritating. I know that's a little bit irritating. Is there any way that you can break down some of the subjects to 10, 15-minute spots as opposed to the recording of the full 50 to 60 minutes? Oof. You know, James, I typically keep it to an hour. Most of my presentations typically stay around 30 to 40 minutes, and I try to have some time for Q&A at the end. I've been trying, I don't know if you've noticed, I've been doing some things we call a quick tip, which I've been trying to keep right at 5-minute tips, but those are just little helpful hints and tips. You're talking about full content broken down into chunks. That's a real good question. Golly, I'm just trying to think of a way that I'd be able to do that. Let me ponder on that idea, James. That's in my mind now. Let me think about how that would be able to be accomplished, and see if there's something we can do right now. I don't have a way to. I mean, I could go in and edit them, but then it kind of all you're doing then is just editing up the class. You may as well just go in and press play for 10 minutes, press stop, walk away, come back, press play again for 10 minutes. That's not really what you're looking for. Let me think on that a little bit. I'm not really sure how yet. Let me think on that. I'm not sure what to do about something like that, but it's always been something that's in my mind that I always think about. You know, hey, show them a quick, get your video on YouTube, get it SEO'd, and you're done. That's really nothing more than a 10 or 15-minute presentation. I stretch it out to an hour because I like to give you the details. I like to show you click this button right here, click that button right there, and most of the time doing that, it does take about an hour to really show you the step 1, click here, step 2, click that. So, got any questions about going into the new year presentation-wise, what you guys are doing? I want to know the name of the class. Peggy's question is, I want to know the name of the class that I need to go back and watch and implement, the one about having your info all the same across all the different platforms. Okay, so that class was, and I actually had that as part of my PowerPoint presentation. Where did I have that? Showed you guys how to go into Chad's Corner and get your Creating a Compelling Future. Where was that I was talking about that? Oh, anyway, let me go into the site. I believe, okay. So I believe, let's double check this. If you go into the top producer archive, I believe we did that on a Friday class. No. What class was that? Let me try and find it for you, Peggy. And thus the reason why all that stuff's going to be so much easier to find. Is this one linked yet? Use your social profiles for SEO. So on the regular site, Daily Mastermind Archive, and then in the Daily Mastermind, okay, Daily Mastermind Archive, right after follow-up formula is use your social profiles for SEO. Absolutely. James, what do you mean which one includes creating the audience inside of Facebook? Are you talking about creating the custom audience for retargeting? The website custom audience, so that when people go to your website, it now has a tracking cookie on them and you can put an ad in front of the people that visited your website? Or are you talking about how we create those little lists so we can just filter out all of our Facebook news feed just for the people that are on our list? That kind of audience. Which kind of audience are you referring to? Oh, you're talking about creating an ad that you just want renters to see your ad, right? Okay. So where you want to go for that is this class that's called Facebook Ad Changes. In the Facebook Ads Changes class that I go into, we talk about the demographics pretty well. And it shows how to actually go into the demographics area when you're creating an ad. Let me just click through this real quick. It takes you through the steps of doing what I'm doing right here, which is create an ad, send people to your website or promote your page or whatever kind of ad you're going to do. It walks you through the setup of the ad part, and first thing it wants to know is who do you want your ads to reach. So I'm not in Arlington, Texas, so I'm going to take that part out, and I'm going to put in my zip code. 34684, Palm Harbor, Florida, right? That's 13,400 people that are in my area, okay? And so now I just want the renters in the area. So I'm going to come over here to more demographics, and I'm going to go to home, and I'm going to go to home ownership, and I want renters. So I've got 2,400 people in the Palm Harbor area that are renters. So I want to expand that a little bit because Palm Harbor is a little bit small. So instead of just doing 34684, I'm going to say Palm Harbor, Florida, And instead of 50 miles, I'm going to leave it on that 25-mile radius. Now I got 360,000 people who are renters within 25 miles of Palm Harbor, Florida. Let's say if I go 50 miles outside of Palm Harbor, Florida that are renters, 460. Now let's get specific about it. I want home buying age people. I don't want anybody that's 18 years old. They're typically not looking to buy a home, but I'm going to put it about 25 or 26. Maybe I leave it to 65 plus, or maybe I whittle that down to just those people who are in that age group that I really, really, really want to focus on. 194,000 renters, age 26 to 40, 50 miles around Palm Harbor, Florida. So I can add more demographics as I get more specific to my ad. Make sense? And again, that's in under the Daily Mastermind archive. Go in there, go to Facebook ads changes, and this class goes in depth on all the different changes, literally shows you how to set up the ad the same way I just did, and then it goes into the demographics, how to find those. What you're looking for specifically, James, when you, and I'm going to take this out so you'll kind of see it as it's naked. So I have absolutely, oh, let me go back to what it looks like. I have absolutely no demographics going right now, right? I have no demographics going. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put in my area. Palm Harbor, Florida. Okay? I can keep the mile radius, or I can make it 10 miles or 50 miles. Let's say I keep it at 10 miles. 10 miles around Palm Harbor, Florida gives me 340,000 people. Then I want more demographics. More demographics has a section called home, and then subsection home ownership. And then you select the renters that are in that area. And if you want to know, that gives me 74,000. Oops, I selected, yeah, I got renters. If you want to know what that demographic is from, if you hover over it, it says partner categories, Axiom U.S. renters, description, people who rent their home, publicly available data, and consumer self-reported data. That's where that's coming from. The decoded, Peggy's asking, do I look at the Facebook ads changes or do I look at Facebook ads decoded? Facebook ads decoded is going to go more into depth on how to target the right people, what you're looking to do when you start to do Facebook ads, why it's important to focus on the niches and things like that. Facebook ads changes is kind of the Reader's Digest version. It just specifically goes into how to set up and create an ad, and it does go into the demographics, but I don't go into detail about, you know, why this ad versus that ad. Facebook ads decoded, I go into detail about why this ad works better than this kind of ad. Make sense? Kind of the Reader's Digest version, so to speak. You absolutely, Peggy, thank you for saying that. So here's the reply I got from Peggy just now. Think I needed the decoded ones, and here's the key to what she said. Have to set up my responses first. Yay, I love you, Peggy. That's exactly what you need to do, is set up that follow-up first and then think about how you're going to get your ad going and tie them together. Yes, set up your responses first. I love it. That was fantastic. You just made my whole day right there. I love it. Great stuff. James, did that help you at all as far as where to find that stuff? Thank you, James. I appreciate that, buddy. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. You guys are awesome. Peggy, love you too, and you know, it's for you guys. I'm here because of you guys, and you guys are here for me. It's a mutually beneficial relationship, and I love every second of it. That's it for today, boys and girls. Again, I will keep you posted in terms of class this week and keep you up to date with what's going on. To make sure you guys have a clear plan of what you're going to do. As we stand right here and now today, plan on being here on Wednesday at 1 o'clock. I'll have a great class for you, and we'll start 2015 moving our businesses in the right direction, guys. Please do yourselves a favor. Take a second. Go listen to that, Creating a Compelling Future again, and if you have not done so, sit down and really plan out your 2015. If you haven't done so yet, and I know everyone on this call has you know, come up with a business plan, so to speak, for 2015, but if you haven't sat down and really come up with that compelling future, that life and business plan as we stand today, because it is combined, do yourself a favor and do that, and get yourself prepared, because this is going to be a fantastic year. We're gonna hit it hard, guys. We're gonna have ideas, and we're gonna do things that are gonna blow up your business. Just be ready. Get your Superman cape on, because we're about to fly, boys and girls. Guys, girls, have a great day. I appreciate each and every one of you, and thank you again for the well wishes and kind thoughts and prayers. I certainly appreciate it, and we will see you right back here, same time, same channel on Wednesday. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you.